Hello, everyone. RPG Kingdom Kid here, back with some more Psychopaths Mandatory Happiness. In the previous video, we did Genoza's little side quest thing, um, and I thought it was a nice one. I mean, it's probably not the best one so far. I had to say the best one so far has been Sunimori's one, but yeah. So yeah, we're now gonna continue on this story. We've been promoted. We are now an inspector, as you can see on the screen there. So unfortunately, there probably will be no fast skips in this one, which sucks because I mean, since it's the whole he's technically an inspector now, so it's totally different. That's whatever though. Anyway, but okay, so let us continue on. Everyone at the CID received an email about my promotion as an inspector. Tsurugi, congratulations on your promotion.
Oh,
thanks. Really? You gotta run free, Taku? Shut up, Kagari. Oh, yeah, this is it's awesome. Once a latent criminal and now an inspector. This is going on the timeline of when I hung out with Masa, so not rare for the opposite to happen either. Inside the PSP, the occurrence isn't unprecedented. We are the same from now on. Basically, but you're more of a rookie. Ow. No, I was recruited so quickly. It's case by case. At any rate, it's a pleasure to work with you, Inspector Tsurugi. Oh, the pleasure's mine. You look uneasy. Is anything worrying you? It's a private matter. Could feel Genoza staring at me. Didn't say anything. Silent pressure seeped in. For a moment, the room stood still. Seemed like Miss Kugatachi was going to say something, but in the end, she kept quiet too. It was only me. Everyone in Division 1 was wrestling with It wasn't only me. Everyone in Division 1 was wrestling with uneasiness. Was Alpha an AI or a human? But no one knew the single truth. Alpha or the cybernized spy for Alpha was Yukari. Couldn't tell anyone. Genoza had already warned me about overstepping my boundaries. Forbade me to speak of it. Yukari what did you do with that cyborg? Until I know why, I can't disclose this information. Why had she placed an order for Alpha in the first place? The cyborg was synchronized to the user's brain, measuring, recording, and reproducing the user's sensory experience. Thus, wireless control was not impossible. But I couldn't believe that Yukari had ordered the body as a mere puppet. It couldn't have been a personal purchase. The only way I could have been ordered was by Sixth Tower itself. There should have been a project. It had been likely that Yukari was the leader of that project, and the least she had to be involved in it. Find out why she sought out the cyborg was key. Yukari, what the hell did you want the cyborg for? Think it over alone. But I couldn't consult anyone about this. I had to reach a conclusion on my own. But no problem. I knew Yukari better than anyone else. If I couldn't solve this, no one could. Yukari, what are you planning on doing with that cyborg? As I pondered, a book came into mind. An old sci-fi novel called The Silver Metal Lover. It It was about this robot who gained a human soul after meeting a young woman. Yukari had introduced me to this book. The first time I read it was in the library at Submarine City. Regrettably, the tragedy between Haruto and Shiro also unfolded there. Shiori. Anyway, the robot was called Silver, and he was created to fulfill all human desires. It always reminded me of the civil system and AI secretaries. Alpha had started off as an AI too, like the ones found in most homes. Yukari raised him like he was her own son, customizing and tweaking his program. She trained him to try to understand human emotions. Yukari said he was modeled after me. As such, my actions and behaviors were observed and analyzed, and then coded into Alpha's response pattern. The Alpha I knew at that time, and the one who caused this whole mess, I'm not quite sure if they're the same person. Killer Geno's is saying there's no proof. But I disagreed. Everything from my immaturity and reckless house-head impulsiveness and to his loneliness is a mere image of me, even his foolish flaws. Come to think of it, what had Yukari told me the last time? Thinking of giving Alpha a new toy. That's right, though she didn't tell me what kind. That's what she must have given him. The Cybernized body was custom built. Its angel-like face was probably Yukari's idea. She liked the sketch, and I remember she drew a portrait of a young boy one time. It's kind of weird. First time I saw it, I got really heated. That dainty-looking boy hardly resembled me. Like he wasn't, like, was she into little sissy boys? Just thought it pissed me off. Oh my gosh, I remember reading this prior. But now I understand her feelings a little bit better. Her dream and goal in life was entrusted to Alpha. He was created not as her lover, but as our child, which meant the project that had consumed all of Yukari's time was about raising an AI as a human? I gotta blow my nose. It was all speculation. No proof could result from a hunch. Unless maybe, just maybe, the higher-ups knew something. Don't be hasty. I was given this chance. No longer a mere enforcer. Though I'm a rookie, I'm an inspector now. I have to find out more and get closer to the truth. The top brass knew everything that I had needed to know about the euthanasia case. There was a good chance that they knew about Yukari and Alpha. But it'd be pointless to randomly dig around. Above all, gaining their trust was more important. Don't move. That's the shortest route to reach the truth. Well, don't move in the wrong direction. Even though I knew that, it was hard for me to do nothing. My bad habit was rushing without thinking. If I missed this chance, I would probably never know the truth. Useful. Trustworthy. Top Brass thought of me like that. They'd give me permission to access the sealed files. So I didn't need to rush. Just need to be patient. As I worried about this, Miss Kugatachi had been analyzing Alpha's cybernized body. Everyone from Division 1 was called in for a meeting to discuss her findings. As expected, the analysis concluded that Alpha is an AI. What's the proof? Allow me to explain. First, we could not find any traces that indicate a human brain was stored in the cybernized cranium. Cyborg's cranium. Cyborg could directly connect to a patient's brain via online, and in theory this allowed for wireless control of a cyborg. But in reality, the log of its data was flat. The only time there was a spike in bandwidth transmission was when Alpha had said the experiment was completed and then fled. During that moment, the server at the mill school experienced an influx of data and processed a high-speed transfer. You mean when Alpha escaped?
そう考えるの
It
が
could be a
妥当
valid
な解釈でしょ
explanation.
状況証拠に過ぎない。
This is nothing but
警察の判断
circumstantial
は慎め。
evidence. Don't jump to conclusions.
アルファが
Whether Alpha is an AI or was
そ
wirelessly
れとも
controlled,
遠隔操
the
作により
cybernetics
コントロ
body's
ー
hard
ルされ
drive
て
is
いたかを
corrupted.
問わず、
We can't
擬
recover
態
it.
内のメモリは使用されていましたよね。そこに何らかの痕跡は見つかりませんでしたか？
大部分は消去済みでしたが
Most of it was deleted, but a trace of it was left behind. From our analysis, we know that it is part of an existing program.
規制プログラムの
Part
一
of an
部。
existing program?
何か別の
Are you
プログ
saying
ラ
that
ム
there's
から流
multiple
用されたも
programs
のと
being
いうこと
used?
ですか？
おっしゃる通りです
Exactly.
そのプログラ
What
ムっ
was
て
the
のは
existing
一体
program
なんだ？
from?
ホームセクレタリ
The
ー AI
general
の基本
system
システム
software
でした
for the AI secretary.
やっぱりそうか。
I knew it.
剣
Tsurugi,
お前は予
did
期
you
していた
always anticipate this? That moment, Genoza and I exchanged glances. I stared at him, barely nodded, motioning that I understood the situation. After taking it in a deep breath, I spoke.
前にも言ったが、
As I mentioned
俺の
before,
幼馴
my
染は
childhood friend raised an
AI
AI.
を育ててた。
His name was Alpha,
Alpha
and he was
という名の
modified from
AI
an AI
そい
secretary.
つはホームセクレタリー AI を改造して作られたんだ。
マジかよ。
Seriously?
大当たりじゃん。
This is a big lead then.
ホームセクレタリー AI
Are
を
you
基本
telling
シ
me
ステム
that
と
an
して
autonomous
自
AI
立
is
行動
based
が
off
可
the
能な
standard
AI を
AI
実現さ
secretary?
せたというんですか？
Inspector Tsurugi, who
剣
exactly
大使
is your childhood
あなた
friend?
の幼馴染は一体何者なんですか？
うまく言えねえ
I
が、
don't really know how to put
9
it,
以上に
but
どっ
she's
かに
kind of
似
like
てたよ
Miss Kugatachi.
は？
Huh?
あ、いえ。
No,
失礼しました、
excuse me, Inspector.
普通に喋れよ、薄気
Sounding
味
all
悪いな。
weird. Just speak normally.
けじめですから。
But it's different now.
で、アルファ
So
はや
Alpha's
は
an
り
AI like we
で
thought.
剣の
Tsurugi's
幼
childhood
馴染
friend
に
is
関わりがあるってこと
somehow
だ。
related to him?
それはどうなんだろう
We'll
な。
have to wait and see.
決めつけるな
Don't be hasty.
現時点
We
で
still
は
don't have any
まだ
proof.
確証が得ら
We
れ
need
たと
to
は言い難
discuss
い
this further.
さらに検討が必要だ
でもギノザさん、
Inspector Genoza,
私
the
には
wireless
遠
control
隔操
theory
作
sounds
術の方が
pretty
信じがたいです。
unbelievable to me.
アルファが
We
自
say
立
it's
行
an
動が
autonomous
可能な AI
AI,
だと考
then
え
we
ること
can't
で、
then
すべての
we
状
can't
況
explain
証拠
everything
が矛盾
without
なく
any
説明できるんじゃありま
contradictions.
せんか？
その点は俺も認
I
め
agree, but this is an important
これは
case.
重大な事
Can't
案だ
make any judgments by
我々
ourselves.
だけでは判
I
断
have
でき
to
ない
report this to the chief, and
まず
we'll wait
局
for
長
the
に上申し
instruction.
方針決定を仰ぐべきだ
Oh shit, will I actually get to go able into like... No, that already happened prior.
自立行動可能な AI
There's
が
such
現
a
れたと
thing
な
as
れ
an
ば
autonomous AI,
シビラ
and
システ
the
ムによる平和が
piece
覆
of
され
civil
かねない
system
からな
established may be in jeopardy.
口を慎め
Watch what you say, Kagami!
いずれにせよ
At any
事件
rate,
はまだ
the
終わって
case
はい
is
ま
far
せん
from over. One could
む
say
し
it
ろこ
has
れから
just
が本番
begun.
と考えるべきでしょう
おいおい、
Hold your
不吉
horses,
なことを
doll.
言うじゃないか。
Don't say such ominous things. Jesus,
アルファは
fuck.
当初
At
人間の
first,
意志に
Alpha
沿い
tried to
手助け
fulfill
をしていま
human
した
desire, but later he
その
changed
彼
his
が直
actions to
接
fit what he saw
自
was
分の意
best.
思で手出しをしてき
And
た
during the ride, he said something
し
that
かも
stood
彼
out
は
to
言い
me.
ましたよね立てこもり事件の時に
実験終了。
He said his experiment was
確かに
complete.
そう言ってました。
I'm certain that's what he
次
said.
は実践という
So,
ことでしょう
now
か。
he will put what he learned into
でも
practice.
一体何を？
But what is his goal?
決まってんだろう。人間を
Of course,
幸せに
it's
す
to
るんだ
grant
と
people
さ。
happiness.
野放しには
You
できんな。
can't just sit here and
で
do
きる
nothing.
ことなら
We need to
何か
stop
が
him.
起こる前に。
いや、無理無
Like
理。
hell we can. The
Dominator
Dominator doesn't even
doesn't
recognize his crime coefficient.
神ならぬ
We're
者
not
俺た
gods,
ちに止め
man.
られ
We
るわけ
can't
ねえ
stop
そ
him.
の
それでも
And
備えてお
so,
くことは
we
でき
can
ます
still prepare for the worst. We
次
need
に
to
ど
be
んな
ready
こ
to
とが起
handle
こったと
whatever
して
hell
も
may break
すぐ
loose.
対処できるように。
だよな。俺たち
Damn
はその
straight.
ためにこ
That's
こ
why
にい
we're
るん
here.
だ。
Thank you, Mrs.
ありがとうよ、
Kugatachi.
形
You've
上。
been made
あん
very
たの
clear
お
what
か
we
げ
have to do
で
now.
俺たちが目指すものがはっきりしたぜ。
お役に立てれば幸
I'm
い
glad
で
to
す
be
が、
of help.
肝心な
But
のは
what
ここか
truly
らで
matters is what we do
す。
next.
私たちには
I mean, realistically
一体何がで
speaking,
きるんでしょうね。
what can we do? A few days later, I received an analysis report from Miss Kugatachi. I was calling the chief's office, along with Genoza. This for sure is new.
アルファに関
I've
する
read the
報
report
告は
on
読ませてもら
Alpha.
った。この報告を見ると、
Ultimately,
我
it
々が
seems
直
like we have
面して
two
いる課
possible
題は2点あ
issues.
るようだ。
One is a large-scale
一つ
outbreak
は
of the
人為的
intrusive
かつ大規模な
deficiency.
ユーストレス
The
欠
other
乏
is
症
a
の発
rebellion of
生。
an autonomous
も
AI.
う一つは自立行動が可能な AI による社会への反逆だ。
いずれも
Despite those possibilities, we haven't confirmed that either of them exist, even though
説明のつか
some
ない
may
状
assume
況
they
が
do.
数多く確認
Looking
され
at
てい
you,
ます。
Tsurugi, you little bastard.
結論から言えば、
No matter
どっ
what
ち
you've
も
heard,
実在
it's
する。
true.
は
Huh?
実在する。
They exist. Both the
ユ
intrusive
ーストレス欠
deficiency
乏症も
and
自
autonomous
立行動
AI
可能
life.
な AI も
Until recently, it hasn't
こ
been
れまで
officially
公式には
accepted,
認められていな
and
か
the
った
general
し、
public has
今後
no
は一
idea
般大衆
still.
には決して明かされないだろうがね。
So keep it under the hush hush, you little pricks.
シビラの平和を
So
脅
you're
か
going to
す
hide the
事実
truth
は
because it
封印
threatens
する
civil's
ってわけ
peace?
か。
セルギ
Tsurugi, watch your mouth!
構わんよ、ギノザ。
I don't mind Genoza, he's right. But the current intrusive
だが
deficiency
通常
occurs
ユ
at
ースト
such
レ
a
ス
low
欠
rate
乏
that
症
the
の
public
発症
can't
率は
ignore
極
it.
めて低く、社会全体ではほぼ無視できる水準にとどまる。一方、ユーストレ
On
ス
the
欠
other
乏症
hand,
の
if we
実在
announce
を
that the
公表す
intrusive
れば
deficiency
何
does
が
in
起
fact
こるか
exist, what would happen?
考えてみ
Think
たまえ
about that,
ギノザ
Genoza.
ストレスケアに対する
Everyone
過剰
would
な批
reject
判
current methods of an
および
anti-stress
そ
cap,
の結果として
and
の
there'd
低
be a
層は
widespread decline of the hue.
最悪の場合
Afterwards, crime would skyrocket
モ
and
ラルハザ
chaos
ード
would
に陥る
ensue.
可能性があります。
God damn it, in other words.
さすがはギノザ
I
君だ。
expect nothing less from you, Genoza.
我々は
So
シ
we
ビラ
must
の
protect
平
the
和を
peace that
保たね
Sybil
ば
has
ならない。
granted us.
故
More
に
importantly,
ユース
keep
ト
in
レス
mind that
欠
the
乏症
intrusive
は存在
deficiency
しない
doesn't
ものとし
exist.
て扱う。
Remember, Sybil's always watching.
もちろん、ここで話したことは
Of
すべ
course,
て
this
最重
entire
要機密
conversation
だ
is confidential.
いいね。
Understood,
剣
Tsurugi. Why is it only you two?
わ
I
き
don't
まえ
know.
てるさ。
Over that,
俺だっ
I'm
て
more
少し
mature
は大人
nowadays.
になったんだぜ。
But other than keeping this behind
だから、
closed doors, what else do you have to
話は
tell us?
これで終わりじゃねえだろう。
アルファの件だな。
Alpha possesses quite a
実に
serious
由々しき
problem.
問題だ。
He's an autonomous AI
自
who has
立行
committed
動が
many
可能な
crimes.
AI が誕
It's
生
come
し、
to a point where
数
the
多くの犯
foundation
罪
of
を
our
起こしている。
society is being
社
affected.
会の根幹を揺るがしかねない事態だ。
では局長、
Chief, does
Alpha
that mean you accept that
AI
Alpha's
だ
an
と認めるん
AI?
ですね。
これは
This is
こ
all
こだ
I
け
have
の
to say
話
for
だ
now.
ね。
You dumb asshole. I told you
ア
that
ル
he
フ
was an
ァを
AI.
作り上げたの
Alpha
は
was created by
我
the
々
Ministry of
の身
Welfare.
内、構
So
成者。
yeah, he's a fucking AI. Deal with it. What?
ゆかりが関わっていたんだ。
Yukari was involved in his creation, right?
剣君、
Tsurugi,
君の関心
seems
は
like
行
the
方
only
不
thing
明
you're
の女
concerned
性
about
に
is
しか
that
ないよう
missing
だな。
woman.
当たり前だ。
Obviously,
俺はゆ
they
かりと
came to
もう
detect
一度
just
会
to
うため
meet
に
her
デカ
again.
になったんだ。
君のそのこ
I
だわ
don't
りを
mean
否
to
定するわけ
belittle
で
your
はない。
resolve, but then
こう
wouldn't
いう
it make
場合に
sense for you to
は
be
アルファ
concerned
の
about
製造目
Alpha's
的につい
origins
て
as
関
well?
心を持つのが普通ではないかね。
聞かせていただけますか。
Can we hear more about that, Chief?
通称シ
It
ル
was
バ
known
ー
as
プロ
the
ジェク
Silver
ト。
Project. It
人
aims
間の永遠の
its
友
aim was to
唯一
develop
無
an
二の存在
irreplaceable
忠
and
実な
loyal
るドローンを
droid
開
that
発
would
す
be
ることを目
humans'
指して
internal
進められた計画だった
companions. Of course, it's
当然
classified.
極秘だ。
Its concept had been to create a perfect friend for all of humanity. Based on the AI secretary that had been developed at the time, it was designed to be a lifelong companion. Project dealt with humanity's main source of stress, relationships. The goal was to engineer an entity that could provide therapy to alleviate clouded hues. Like a friend who never betrayed you and always understood and accepted you. To create such an existence, an AI that understood emotions and responded accordingly was needed.
その開発責任者が
The leader of that project was none other than your friend, Tsurugi.
あいつが
She
ゆかり
Yukari
がある
created
ファを作っ
Alpha.
たんだな。
我々も何が
We
起こっ
aren't
たのか
aware of
正
what
確には
exactly
把握していない
happened. What we do know is that the AI involved in the
安楽
euthanasia
死事
case,
件の発覚と同時に開
who
発
was
中止が
believed to be
決まった
terminated,
AI が
actually
消去
survived.
されずに生き延びたという事実だ。
その AI が
That AI is Alpha.
アルファは人類
Alpha
社会
threatens
に
our
危害をな
society.
す恐るべき
It
バ
is
グだ。
necessary that we eliminate
速
him
や
as
か
soon
に
as
消去する
possible.
必要がある。
I wonder if there's
だが
any...
手強い相手だ。
But he's a force to be reckoned with.
彼は自由意志
Not
は
only
も
does
ち
he
ろん
have survival
生存
instincts,
本能
but
さえ
free
備え
will
ている。
too.
そ
In
の
fact,
本
he's
能に
capable
従
of
って
turning our
システ
entire
ム
world
そのものを
upside
変化
down.
させる能力をも獲
I
得
wonder
し
if
た
there's going to be any of these endings with Tsurugi that Alpha could survive,
あ
kind
ら
of
ゆ
like
るシステム
similar
は
with
彼の前では粘
Kujitashiki's.
土のように可塑性を
He's
持ち
toyed with every
もてあそばれてしまう
security measure that he was
倒すには
encountered
我々
thus
の側
far.
も奴
To
に
defeat
匹
him,
敵
it's
する
necessary
直
that
感的
we're
なシ
equipped
ス
with
テム
an
把握と
initiative
更新を行
system
う必要
that
があ
can
る。
rival his powers.
これらを踏まえ
Based on that, we have developed the C8W. There's only 2 sets of the latest model, but I'll be providing them to your team. Suddenly a drone rolled in and opened a trunk. Inside were 2 sets of visors to access the VR space. They were bigger than normal ones and were modified quite a bit. Quite a bit. We were informed that the manual had already been sent to the lab. It didn't seem like it was something we could manage by ourselves.
アルファ消去令は
The
最優
Alpha
先課
elimination
題。
operation is our top
公安部
priority.
刑事課
I
一
expect
係
nothing
の
but good
訓
news
練
from the
努力を期
PSP
待する。
CID Division 1.
それと剣君
Also,
に正
an
式な
official
辞令が
appointment
下りた。
notification has been granted to Tsurugi. The chief tapped on her PC. From the hall screen, a document popped up.
辞令は刑事課メン
This
バー全員に
notification will be
転送
sent
し
to
ておく
everyone
が
in the
せっかく
CID.
だ。
Let me
口
tell you
頭
this
で
in
も伝え
person.
ておこう。
Takuma Tsurugi. I appoint you
剣拓
as Inspector
君を
Nadeshiko
久形なでしこ
Kugatachi's
監視官
assistant.
付きの監視官補として任命す
Excuse
る。
me.
監視官法
Assistant
見習い
Inspector?
ってことか。
So it's like an observation
そ
period?
の認識は正
That's
確とは
not
言えない
entirely accurate. We're expecting you
我々
to
が期
support
待している
Inspector
のは
Kugatachi
君に
from
久
here
形
on.
監視官の
Work
サポ
with
ート
her
役
and
を果
solve
たして
this
もらうこと
case.
だ。今後は彼女と共に行動し、事件解決に当たってくれたまえ。
So it's like an assigned inspector instead of an assigned enforcer. After wrestling with my thoughts, I noticed the chief's cold stare. Her eyes were glued at me, looking at me silently.
なんか挨
Actually,
拶と
should
か
I
言った
greet you?
方がいいのか。
Should I greet you first?
そんな必要はない。
No need to do
ちょっ
that.
と興味が
I
あっ
was
た
just
だけだ。
interested, that's all.
君がどんな
Curious
顔を
about
する
how you
か
would
とね。
react.
どうかね。
I
君
wonder,
が個人的に
regarding
追い
that
かけて
mystery
いる
you've
問
been
題に
chasing
関
this
し
whole
て、
time,
その後
have
何
you
か
made
進
any
展があったか
progress?
ね。
The mystery that I've been chasing this whole time. Does she mean Yukari?
あいにく忙しい毎日なん
It's
でね。
unfortunately
でかなんて
busy
いいよう
every
なもんだ
day.
ぜ。
It's part of the job after all.
職務熱心で結
It's
構な
good
こ
to
とだ。
fulfill your duties in
君の自
earnest.
覚と自制
I
心は高く評価
appreciate
す
your
る
awareness
よ。
and self-control.
監視
Continue
官補と
working
して
hard
も
as an
引き続
assistant
き職務に
inspector.
励んでくれたまえ。だが、一回の執行官に過ぎなかったこ
unlike when you
れ
were a
まで
mere
とは違っ
enforcer,
て、君
what I
に期
expect
待され
from
ること
you
も
has
変わって
also
くる。
changed. So be mindful
そ
of
こ
your
のとこ
place.
ろをわきまえておいてほしいものだな。
どういう意味だ。
What do you mean by that?
君は久形
You are
監視官
Inspector
のサポ
Kujitashi's
ート
safety
役だ。
valve. If you were
彼女
wondering
と
why
は
you
か
were
け離れ
chosen
た
because
性
of your
格の君がな
differences,
ぜ選ばれ
then you
たの
better
か
figure it out.
考えてみた方がいい。
This makes no sense to me. Like, what the fuck does that mean?
その点は俺も
About that, well, I'm
私も
also a
疑問
bit
に感じていま
skeptical.
す。
Why Tsurugi?
なぜ剣なのですか。
彼だからこ
It's
そなの
because
だ
he
よ、
is who
ミノザ
he is, Genoza.
君が
I want
君には
Kugatachi
彼
to
らしく
clash
思
with
い切
him
りぶ
with
つか
all
って
her
いって
might.
ほしい。
Oops. Did I say too much?
少し言い過ぎたか。
That was when I realized this was why I was here. This was why I'd been chosen to be an inspector.
久我立城が
Does Miss
何か知ってる
Kugatachi
って
know
いう
something?
のか。
現段階で
At
我
this
々
point,
に言
you
える
can't
ことは特
confirm
にない。
anything.
期待
I'm
してい
expecting a
る
lot
よ
from you,
つい
Tsurugi. And
ミノザ
Genoza
君も
oversee
その
the
つもりで
operation
言っ
as
てくれた
is.
まえ。
承知しました
Understand.
久我たちと剣は
Kugatachi and Tsurugi
共
will
同で
carry
捜
out
査
the
に当たる
operation
ことにしま
together.
す
対アルファ消
And
去
the
作
two of
戦
them
も
will
この
execute
2名
the
で行う
AI,
ように。
the alpha
いいね
elimination
つるぎ
operation.
君。
Is that okay, Tsurugi?
俺が
I'll be the one to take down
倒すのか
Alpha?
どうした
What's the
自信が
matter?
ないの
You
か
should
ね
be honored.
そ
Are
れ
you
とも不満で
unsatisfied?
も。
いや
No,
Yeah,
I will do it. Naturally, I had to. This mission was entrusted to me long before. After all, I was his
だ
father.
が久我立城は
Oh,
どうなん
Miss
だ。
Kugatachi.
アルファと
She's
関
somehow
わり
involved
が
with
あるのか。
Alpha? Didn't understand. But perhaps there was a meaning behind everything. Maybe that was why I was ordered to team up with Miss Kugatachi. Kugatachi. She had lost her memories, yet she was an inspector. Why was something so unnatural as her allowed to exist? There had to be a reason for this. And if the chief didn't know, then maybe we were ordered to carry out the operation, so I could help her uncover her lost memories.
しかし
Why
なぜ
me?
俺が。
After leaving her office, I checked my hue. When I thought about everything that could happen in the near future, I rationalized that it wouldn't hurt to take a few supplements. Don't take. You're still good. Ah, fuck. There's no need for it at the moment. Don't need to rely on any medication. I'll be right. Ah, there we are. There we are. Good deal. After Genoza and I returned to the CID office, he called us in. He notified everyone of my position as assistant inspector, then the Alpha elimination operation.
メインは剣サブ
Main
は
is
久我たち
Tsurugi, sub is
この2名が
Kugatachi. Both of you
専用
should
電子
first
戦
prepare
装
the
備を用い
equipment
て
infiltrate the
VR
VR
空間へ突入
space,
し
then execute the
アルファ
operation.
消去令を実行す
Colonel
ることに
Monterey provides support.
金森君はバックアップ要員として2人に協力してくれ
了解
Roger.
で
And
専
what's
用
the
装備
equipment anyway?
これより公開する
Which will announce that now.
かっけー
Cool, what is this? Some new cyber game?
あんた例えがいちいち
Yeah,
古す
aren't you
ぎない
too old to be playing games?
うる
Wow.
さいな
Hush.
教
I'm
養
very
が
well
ある
versed in
っ
the
て言った
classics.
よ
All those years of
古典
reading
漫画読みまくった
classic
せい
manga has
か
finally paid off.
電子戦装備でサイ
That
バーダイ
sounds
ブ
like
か
something out of a
Must must
science
SF
fiction
めいてきたな
novel.
遊びじゃないんだ
It's not
気を
a
引き締め
game.
ろ
Brace yourselves. Seriously, they're in a sci-fi anime,
Alright.
and they talk about
ちょっと
sci-fi. It's so
装着
weird
して
like
みる
that.
か
Well, let's see if it fits.
やめんか
Stop. Shu's, Gami's, and Masa's eyes all lit up. It was understandable, though. If I was in their position, I'd be excited to get to use this new equipment, too. The main difference between this cyber warfare gear and the standard VR gear was that ours directly connected to the VR space, allowing the space being accessed to be manipulated. It was created from all the research compiled from the medical cyborg development, utilizing similar direct data link to the user's brain, and the VR space could be controlled.
これもシルバー
This
プロ
was
ジェクト
also
の
the
ため
same
に培っ
technology
た
that
技
was
術
used
なんだろ
on
う
the
な
Silver Project. But that information was classified. Even inspectors had no knowledge of it, including Miss Tsunomi and Miss Kugatachi. Miss Kugatachi and I looked at each other. She nodded, understanding the situation and expecting my full cooperation. After the briefing was over, I called out to Miss Kugatachi down the hallway.
そういうわけで
Well, it looks like I'm going to be working on this with you. I'm looking forward to working with you, Miss Kugatachi.
お前呼ばわりはやめてく
Can
だ
you
さいま
stop
せんか。
denouncing me like that?
おおすまねえ
Oh,
つ
sorry.
い友達
Sorry, you're
のつもりになっちまって
親しみを感じて
I
くださる
welcome
こ
your
と自体を歓迎
cooperative
します。
attitude. Since we're going to be partners from now on.
パートナーとしてやっていくわけですから。
そう言ってくれると
Glad
あ
to
り
hear
がた
you
い
say
ぜ
that. Suddenly I recalled the chief's words.
君は久形地
You are
監視官
Inspector
のサポ
Kugatachi's
ート役
safety
だ。
valve. If you're wondering why
彼
you
女
were
とはか
chosen
け離
because
れ
of
た
your
性格の
differences,
君がな
then
ぜ
you
選
better
ばれ
figure it
たの
out.
か考えてみた方がいい。
Really bothered me when the chief told me that. It wasn't like I was close to Miss Kugatachi. Maybe it was because I was get along with her better than anyone else.
人の心がわからない
After
って
all,
悩み
her
は
inability to understand people's
Yukari to
feelings is just like
同じだしな。
Yukari. Made me feel uneasy though. I got a strong sense similar between Miss Kugatachi and Yukari. It was like what the chief had told me, foreshadowing these events. I wanted to ask her a few things. Who was she? Why can't she remember? Did she have anything to do with
聞け
Yukari?
るかよそんなこと
I could have asked her that. I'm an assistant inspector now. I have to treat this as part of my job.
アルファが使ってた医療用擬態
The work that Alpha used was
何
ordered by
者かによ
somebody.
って発注さ
There
れ
are
た
many unanswered questions
そ
regarding
の
that.
経緯には疑問点
What
が
I'm
多い
most
が
curious about is what it was used for.
何のために使われる擬態だったのかってことだ
発注者の意図
So
を知
you
り
want
た
to
い
know
とい
the
うことです。
buyer's intention?
あんたは話が早いな
Now we're getting
俺
somewhere.
が知りたいのは
At least that's the first thing I want to know.
そうですね。
Let me
仮に
see.
私が発注
If
者
I
で
knew of
アル
such
ファ
an
のような
existence
存
as
在を知ってい
Alpha,
たとするな
I'd
ら、
probably have ordered it to give
Omocha
it
として
to him as a
与えるか。
toy.
おもちゃ
A
優
toy?
秀な AI に肉体を与えればどこまで成長するか。
I'd be really interested to see how such an advanced AI could grow
カ
if
スタ
it
ム
was
メイド
given
の
a
おもちゃ
body.
を与えることは
And
考
what
えら
better
れます。
gift to give him than a custom-made toy? Then hit me. Yukari once wrote this in one of her chats to me. Think about giving Alpha a new toy. She didn't tell me what kind of toy
当た
though.
ってるかもなその説
Toy boat, toy
あ
boat,
りが
toy
とうよ
boy, toy boy.
熊立場
Assumption
し
sounds
かし
about
あん
right.
た
Thanks, Miss
なんでそ
Kugatachi.
んなことを分か
How'd
った
you
んだ
figure that out?
ただの推測です。
It was just a
擬態の
guess.
発注者とアルファとの関
I
わ
haven't
りがあ
found
るだ
any
なんて情報
information
は
that links Alpha and the person who ordered the cyborg. I knew who ordered it, and so did Genoza. It's Yukari. But had Miss Kugatachi known? So when
AI を
and
人
how?
間として育てよう
If
と考え
someone
る
raised
人
an
物
AI
なら
like a human, it would
我
be
が子として
likely that they
扱う可能
treated
性
it
は
as their
高
own
いはず
child.
です。
Wouldn't it make sense to give your child a
その子におも
toy,
ちゃと肉
and in
体を
this
与える
case,
こと
a
は
body?
自然な成り行きではありませんか。
そりゃまあ
Yeah,
そう
I
か
guess
も
I
しれ
could
ねえ
explain it. Was she really just guessing, or was she pretending like she knew nothing? I really couldn't tell.
しかしそうなると
Then it
擬
means
態
the
は
cyborg was never
盗まれ
stolen
た
in
ん
the
じゃなく
first
なった
place.
どういうことですか。
What do you mean?
擬態はお母さんが
Alpha
くれたお
must
も
have
ちゃだ
thought
っ
it
ていうなら
belonged to him if his
アルファに
mother
とって
gave
は
it
自
to
分の
him.
ものだろ
そんな風に考えると、
That logic resembles this child's quite a bit.
久形さん
Miss
鶴木さん
Kugatachi,
も来てください
Shugi
ます
too,
か
can you two please come?
アルファ小
We're
拠
going
点
to
につい
start
て
discussing
具体
details
的
of the
な
Alpha
検討に入ります
elimination operation.
電子戦装備のテストですか。
Do you mean testing the
どう
CAW?
かな
Who
多分
knows?
それは後回
Perhaps
しだと
it's
思い
been
ますよ
postponed for
ま
now.
ずアルファの
The
居
first
所
order
を
of
つ
business
か
is
ま
to
なく
find
ちゃい
where
けません
Alpha's
し
at.
すぐ行くありがとうな久我立場ま
Right
た付
there.
き合ってくれ
Thanks,
て
Mr. Kuzatowski. Let's continue our conversation somewhere else. Some other time. My uneasiness was increasingly rather than dying down. Were Yukari's memories tapped in Miss Kuzatowski's forgotten past? If that was the case.
それを解き放つのは俺にしかできない仕事だ。
This is my role.
局長
That's
が
why
期
the
待
chief
してるのも
expects
そんな
me.
役割のはずだ。
But why did she want me to do
なぜ
this?
そこまでするんだ。
Was it because Yukari had been a victim of that case? Or were there other reasons behind this? As we all gather at the CAW office began discussing the Alpha elimination operation, we received the emergency report. Excuse me.
佐渡海上市沿岸部の国境警備隊基地に数人の
I'm fast forwarding this
彼女
現とただ救
because this is about the distressed people.
次回
すぐ
ご苦労。
はい。
中学待てふからの
もう
はじ
おいみいい
監視不
通じなだから海
あ
交渉
I wish this would go faster because this is all the same.
いいだろう。
Doesn't matter if we're an inspector or not, it's still fucking the same.
こん
なん
なんすみ
りゃ
や
There we are. Okay. I think here is probably a good spot. I kind of wanted to end it when we got back to Submarine City. And now we're back to Submarine City. So I think this is probably a good place to end this video. But anyway, guys, thank you all so much for watching this video. If you liked the video, please give that like button a click. Comment down below what you like about the video, what you didn't like about the video. And let me know, what do you think of Tsurugi's new role as a assistant inspector to Kugatachi? It's quite an interesting role for sure. So yeah. And as always, guys, hit that subscribe button so you don't miss a beat, and subscribe to my main channel too. That's in the description below. As well as follow me on Twitter. Both my main Twitter, the RBG Kingdom Kid Twitter, are in there too. I want to thank you all so much for watching once again. I'll see you all next time.